Flash. Well, again, you're not even anywhere in the camera.
Okay.
No, because I'm not going to talk to somebody that is not even there.
I can't move over close enough to Chris because we have to stay our 6 foot distance.
That's right.
Chris, can I move over a little bit?
According to, we'll just say we're in school, and we make it 3 feet.
Yeah, it just looks awful. It looks awful. If anybody's watching this or whatever, I know you have your own vanity, all that stuff, but
I'll just talk louder.
see, look, that's what you look like.
Oh, half a head.
Huh?
Half a head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks silly.
Okay.
It looks silly.
See, you can be half in, you can be half out, or you can be totally like me.
Yeah,
Totally
he was playing my song before. I shot the weatherman.
Yeah.
Totally shooting me down already.
I'm not shooting you down. I'm not shooting you down. Not at all.
Shot the wabbit. Shot the wabbit.
Kill the wabbit. Kill the wabbit.
No. I can't shoot the rabbit because he doesn't have a gun anymore. They took it away because he failed. He failed the test. He didn't get a background check.
Are we doing cancel culture already? Is that what we're doing this morning?
That's how we roll.
No, the other thing I was thinking about with cancel culture is the story of the 3 bears.
Okay.
She's a pedophile.
Goldilocks. Oh, well, yeah.
She was messing around
But
with
she was a child herself.
Well, how
She's
do
a
we know
child
that?
herself. What about Winnie the Pooh? Winnie the Pooh walking around eating honey, and not only that, he's not wearing pants. Cancel!
Fahrenheit 451.
Canceled!
Indecent exposure.
What about the son? Why not the daughter? Why does it have to be the son? Canceled!
Mike, there's an easy solution to Paul sitting out of the picture.
What's that?
A little wider angle.
Yeah, you know what? It's right above you.
Yeah. You want me to twist it?
Yeah, turn it and see if it'll towards Paul.
I'll break something.
Is it pretty much set in place? How about one of those white noise machines, right? Wait, what is it got to be about color? Cancel!
That's true. You can't have anything white.
I want the word cracker removed.
Break your own camera.
Cracker Barrel.
No, I want the word cracker removed because cracker is derogatory term towards white people.
That's right. But what
So,
about
Nabisco? I'm calling you out.
canceled?
Imagine going down the snack aisle and asking, where's the crackers? Oh, we don't have crackers anymore.
Cracker Barrel. Why do they call it Cracker Barrel? Isn't that a little racist? Why don't they just call it I don't know. The Grand Wizard. Canceled.
I'm not even sure if those are still open anymore, to be honest with you. Cracker Barrel.
There's there are gas stations out there called Cutie. Where's the LBG or whatever? Canceled.
And on.
See?
And on.
Everything-
That's the point. The point is that it just goes on and on and on and on, and nobody really cares, about what they're doing because they don't know. They don't take into consideration, like freaking Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew was a cartoon. He was a little skunk. He wasn't a rapist or anything like that.
I don't understand where.
Oh, you like it, the Penelope, and that was
He
it.
was all over that cat.
Come on.
Yeah.
Big deal. Look at Como. He's all over.
Wow. Cuomo.
Como.
Side by side. Pepe Le Pew and Mario Cuomo.
Mario Cuomo about to be canceled.
Didn't I see something that 30% of New Yorkers support him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they'll support Marion Brady.
There's a lot of stuff coming out about the convalescent home stuff.
About the what?
The convalescent homes and how he failed them.
Well, there should be. I mean,
Yeah.
Fauci should be, at a bare minimum, Fauci should be put up for manslaughter of hundreds of thousands of people.
Canceled.
Oh man.
God, the Main Street Morning Show on SNSN.
Well, we went off.
Canceled.
Man, did we go off on a tangent?
As all your sponsors start dropping off.
That's right. Hey, Mike, guess what? What are you doing? What? Canceled.
Oh, God.
You can't say God. Is it he, her, she, him?
Them.
Canceled. That's the whole thing now, Yeah. Jim Schoen was number one off camera.
Can we talk about Potato Head?
Oh my God.
Not Mr.
Yeah.
Potato Head.
No, it's
Not
just Potato
Mrs.
Head.
It's just Potato Head.
Yeah. And what about their non-binary son, Spud?
Well,
Canceled!
look, if you want to talk about potatoes and spuds, why don't we talk about something serious whereby that, you're talking
Christ,
about
what we got
food.
there now? Canceled.
Ed Burke's third selectman reign. Canceled!
Get the hell out of here.
Oh man.
Jesus, haven't seen you in a long time.
What's up, Ed Burke?
I've been in the house.
Are you one of these that quarantined for the last year?
Yeah.
What the hell are you afraid of dying?
Yeah.
You got a haircut, yeah.
You're not as old as I am, so you got less worry about dying than I
Oh,
have.
you big baby, quit your complaining.
I'm not complaining. Yeah, I'm complaining about the whole.
This morning show, two grumpy old men. Grumpy old men.
Wait, which one of you is Walter Matthau?
Oh, man.
Where's your diaper?
Oh.
It's not a diaper, it's a
Oh.
depends.
Come on, pull up a chair. Bring a chair and roll it on in here,
I
Ed.
was talking about his face diaper.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
There's a chair out there. Bring one in.
Holy crap. I gotta do
God. Since you're the only one that anybody can see,
Hello,
you, know,
everybody.
you and I can talk,
What up, Mike?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Living the dream.
Living the dream. See, Paul, we can see his armpits now. That's it.
Sorry.
You gotta literally move your chair.
Well, you can't get
I
close
gotta
enough
move
to the
now
table.
anyway.
I mean, you want me to bring the
The
skill
closer
saw
it gets
Yeah,
to
in?
me, the
fine.
farther I get from this
I'm
mic.
moving
Yeah,
now because
I know, but
it's-
so
Do you want
I'll
me to?
just talk louder.
I can still pick you up.
Do you want me to bring in a skill saw Monday morning? We'll slice off a foot here, and Paul can get close enough to be in the
No,
picture.
I think what has to happen is this and this have to get moved down.
Can you
That's what
hear
has to
me
happen.
now?
No, you can move in like right in here.
Who wants to hear you anyway, for God's sakes?
Huh? Nobody. So let's talk about the senior center.
Oh boy.
Woohoo!
Popular subject in the Grizzle
Canceled!
now. Grizzle now.
Hey, Mike, you wouldn't happen to have $1 million I could borrow, would you?
No, how about 1400?
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody, they have you renamed your child 1400? That's what I want to know. Oh, this is 1400. Nice to meet you. So, what's up there, Ed?
I come to talk to you about trying to start an arts group.
You want to start an arts group? Okay, so
Oh, you're trying that again.
Yeah.
canceled.
Don't say that right off the bat.
No. The whole we're busting on the whole thing of cancel culture.
Look at it. Everybody's pictures up here.
Yeah, because we got to get in another camera or something because that's only picks up a.
Well,
You're the camera guy. Why don't you do something about it? God. See, let us flounder like
Just get
this.
a wider angle camera right here.
Is that even possible?
Yes.
So where do I get it?
At the wide angle camera store.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Canceled.
Ed
That's
Burke.
why. Hey, that's why.
Cancel!
That's why he's the canceled third selectman.
Oh, you hurt me deeply.
I know.
So what's going on? What do you want to do? As far as an arts council in the town of Grizzle, there, Ed.
Well, I would like
No,
to
he's
see.
fine. He's fine.
I would like to see the town or Griswold start an arts group. For people who are interested in painting and sculpture and
Mm-hmm.
and ceramics and photography and whatever else.
Okay.
I now travel to Deerfield, Massachusetts, and over to URI to meet with these people. So I don't see why it isn't possible in Griswold.
Right.
So
Maybe we can hold it at the senior center.
Wow. Senior center canceled.
smart.
Well, I don't see any reason why that couldn't be a possibility.
It could be a
Well, wouldn't
possibility.
that be more of a community event? And the senior center is not a community building? I told you.
I know.
I said, wouldn't that be a community event and the senior citizen isn't deemed a community
It's just-
center?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's a senior center.
I understand
You
that.
know, yeah.
Nah, 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 nah.
Well, I understand that, but there was argument as to the naming of the place that we couldn't call it a community center.
Well, you know something? Here's my theory.
The whole thing with the because of the grants or something like that.
One
or
grant,
one
right?
grant. It had to go for only a senior center. It couldn't be called a community center.
So can we use it as a community center though?
But
Or
they
would
kind
it,
of
would it
already
strictly
do
be senior
for a lot of
citizens that would
things.
be able to have this arts culture thing?
how much was that original grant? Like 250, 450?
I don't recall, Paul.
So 450 is a very small percentage of $9 million.
Yeah,
Why the hell are we being forced into not having a community center with what, 3%, 2% of the cost of that building?
Well, I don't know this for fact, but I've heard rumors to the fact that that there was an agenda driven, that grant was agenda driven.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's certainly, I mean, I think a lot of people would be more acceptable to it if it was more of a community center and it could be used for other things. Not that the seniors wouldn't use it, but they get more buy-in. from
You think?
people. Yeah. Because that's, you know, I'm not saying the youth center is going to go up there at all. I'm just saying that other events could take place there. That's what I'm saying. Why are we?
Well, they kind of do that anyway.
Why don't they look into it? Is there any way they could be looked into of changing that so it could be used based on the cost of the building? I mean, it's a very small percentage if you think about it.
yeah,
Is it yeah.
Huh?
There's a way to do that. I mean, you work for
yeah. Give them the grant back.
well,
I don't think they got the grant yet.
no, that was the original grant.
From way back.
The 370,000, something like that.
Yeah.
But that was supposed to be for just the architecture part, wasn't it?
It was a
And the-
feasibility
Study.
right? Wasn't it?
So that money's gone. There's nothing you can do about it now. So
Was used for what it was supposed to be used for.
right, but because of that, now it can only be a senior center, not a community
You know, it
center.
might be worth it just give back the 350,000.
What I can tell you is that where the New River Church is,
Yep.
they're going to have a big community room, which is going to be available to the community. That's what Pastor Josh had went out and said. So
When is that?
they're almost done.
Really?
They're almost done building. Yeah,
Nice looking building too.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. So I don't know if anything has changed as far as that is concerned, but he did go out and say that they were going to go ahead and allow the community to use it as well. Same thing, like they own the land where that's where the splash pad's going to go. People have been raising money in town for a splash pad. It's going to go down there, down by in the park. I mean, it's going to be a whole nother park down
I've already bought my water wings.
there.
I'm excited.
So
It's amazing to me that the church can get volunteers to come in and help provide to save some costs. With the senior center, why can't we get people to come in and volunteer and maybe help put some stuff in there so it wouldn't cost us much?
Well, when you say put some stuff in there.
Well,
what
if there's
are
no
you
walls are
referring to?
missing, the painting isn't done. I mean, you get a bunch of people to get in there and paint on a weekend for crying out loud.
Yeah, somebody falls off a ladder and then the town gets sued and then everything's wonderful.
And any contract that you have with the painters at that time,
yeah,
it turns into a sticky wicket.
If they don't have any money to pay them, what the hell's the contract? It's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as they're concerned, hey, I ain't getting paid. I'm leaving.
well, the
Thank
bottom
you.
line is that we need $900,000 to finish the senior center project. But getting back to Ed,
Yeah.
And the Arts Council. I mean, what you say these other towns, have these arts
Yes.
councils or whatever. So what is it? No, I had asked you the other day. What is it that you want to do? I mean, what is it? How do you want to structure this?
Well, most of the ones I'm aware of were started by a group of people who were interested in the arts.
Mhm. Okay.
And just got together and basically they do, art shows, have galleries. They
Mhm.
take 30% of what they sell, they keep. And they're pretty well, they function pretty darn well. We go, a couple of times a month, go around because I like photography. we go looking at, other photographers' work and,
Mhm.
and paintings and things, just for the heck of it, just take a ride somewhere. And
Sure.
it brings in, um, it brings money into the community. And it just gives people that are interested in the arts a way to, to show their work. And, so I don't know. I don't mean the only thing that one of the things I see missing in Griswold is interest in the arts. And I know the library just tried to start one, and they were going to have a show, and it all fell apart because of COVID. But I don't know why we can't start an arts group in Griswold. There isn't one around here. Period.
Right.
The end. So it may be an attraction. I don't know.
Jim, you had something to say.
I was gonna say, look into the old Glasgow church, which the town acquired there
yeah.
a while back, and that could be a facility where you could do something like that.
And I thought about it. It's just, and I went on Griswold Now, and 12 or 13 people said, "Oh yeah, let's do that." And so let's do that.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you something about Griswold Now. This may be a little bit of an eye-opening experience for you. Griswold Now, anybody will click like on almost anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they don't even know what they're. I mean, half the time they don't even know, and they'll go, "Okay, great, I'm supporting. What are you
No,
supporting?"
These are people who actually put a comment in. So
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. Anywhere on Griswold Now, I've never seen anything a like or a comment ever equate to any dollars for anything.
yeah, well, I know, dogs lost, and
Oh, yeah,
where do you get your hair cut?
Exactly.
How much is the cost of oil?
Yeah, how much does
Yeah.
oil cost?
Atlantic
And that's
broadband
all well,
sucks.
that's all well and
That
good.
kind
I
of
just,
stuff.
It's people who know a little about something, but try to make us believe they know a lot about everything. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
you guys are hard on everybody.
No,
aren't you?
because it's true.
No, let me tell you something. I'm a fan of Carl Lucier, who runs Griswold Now. Yeah, I think he does a really good job. He eliminates stuff in the group that shouldn't be there. But I'm not a fan of all of the rhetoric that goes on in there.
Oh,
There's
okay.
I'm not saying you, because a lot of people think that, okay, where am I going to put stuff out? Well, Griswold Now. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. I just started using it 2 weeks ago, so I know literally nothing about Griswold Now.
Right,
other than
right.
I said, hey, does anybody want to start our?
I will tell you one thing. We did go. It was what's his name from down here at the youth center. What's her name?
Ricky Bevis.
Ricky Bevis. I went to a selectmen's meeting and requested that the old senior center, when it became empty,
Oh, wow.
if it could become an art center.
Wow.
Okay, that's what we did. We did go to a meeting and did ask them that.
But I think
But
they've
now
already
they've changed it. Now it's going to become.
I don't think it changed anything. I think it's always been pegged for the alternative school.
No, because when we went there, they never mentioned it.
Okay.
Never mentioned it at all. I think because we went quite a few years ago.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean
We
it
did
couldn't.
go. We did go to ask them. We went to the meeting and we did ask them.
It doesn't mean it couldn't possibly have two uses, or that, the church that the
Yeah.
town bought
Yeah,
couldn't be
yeah, we
used.
did
I mean,
go.
that's
But the
it's
church
nowhere near
also-
the point of that right now. It's right now what I'm trying to put together is just a group of people who are interested in the arts. Let them all sit down, figure out, what we're going to do if the interest is there, and then if it's possible, go forward with it.
Mhm.
This is very much, when you talk about building here and doing this and whatever, this,
Now, are
you
you
just
talking
need a
about-
core group.
Are you talking about, like putting an art center in where there's constant display where people can come to it at different hours throughout the day, or is it going to be just a place where people are going to go ahead and display their stuff like for a few hours and then go home?
No,
If that's the case, you can use the auditorium.
no, you actually have structured.
Okay.
That's what I would like to see. What?
right.
How? First of all, you guys are asking me questions about what's well down the road should this group form. But right now, is there an interest in doing it? And if
I think
so,
the only way you're going to get an interest is by doing something.
well, what are you going to do?
Put an art show together.
How? You got to have.
Listen, you're the one who wants
you
to
have
do this. I
You
mean,
have to have the artists.
Well,
You have to know who's interested.
Right.
You have to have a base organization so that you can do that. right
Have
now,
you thought about pairing with the youth center perhaps? Or
I went to the youth center a couple of years ago,
Yeah,
Mhm.
we did.
and several people there were going to be part of the show, and it was on Main Street here.
Uh-huh.
Several people were, oh yeah, I'll bring stuff down and stuff. Well, I'm sitting there by myself, um, and not a damn person showed up. So
Not surprised.
no, I know this is a very apathetic community.
When you
Um,
talk about the arts, which arts are you talking about? Do you go into the performing arts? Do you do writing?
Whatever you want to do.
So
Well, I
it's a
mean-
very general
Yeah,
term.
I mean, painting, sculpture, photography, performances, whatever people consider art. I mean, that's a.
I think
that's
it's too
question that's
wide of
been
a
asked
spectrum.
all through history.
It's too wide of a spectrum, really. To I understand what you're talking about, but I think it's too wide and too many subjects for people to grasp a hold of.
Wait a minute. Well, I'm at this point right now just looking for people who are interested in the arts and would be interested in starting an arts group here in Griswold.
Well, I think you'll find interest, but then getting people to actually partake and participate is a completely different.
Well,
thing.
that's yeah. So you need a core group. It's
Yeah.
always the way. You need a core group. But at this point, there is no core group. So, to my way of thinking, you have to have a group of people who are willing to get in the baseline, decide, what you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think we need to sit down, and we don't need to, but I would like to sit down and at least talk about, what we could do and go from there.
Well, what I can tell you is that there is a subgroup already
Where?
underneath the Parks and Rec. There is an arts group that Ricky Bevis and I went to town hall. I was put on it. We haven't done anything with it in probably 3 years, but it is there. And there's about 4 or 5 of us, and we've never even had a meeting or
Yeah, Phil
You
Michelle.
know,
that's the way.
Phil Michelle. I mean, but what I'm saying, it is there. So it's very, very possible. What I would suggest you do is I would call town hall, get put up on the agenda, say you want to start an arts council, you and bring people with you, that want to be on that board. And then you're going to have to meet as a board to come up with ideas, and then you'll go from there. But if you just say, I want to do an arts council, I want to do an arts thing, I want to do this, I want to do that.
I told everybody on Griswold now, I said, if there's interest there, I'll set up a meeting on a Saturday afternoon at the VFW to discuss it.
Yep.
Beep. Nobody even answered.
Well, that tells you what their interest is.
Yeah, I know.
So look, right now, I'm going to be honest with you. There are in the group there are comments. Trisha says that sounds really nice. Pam says, Ed, this is a great idea. Smiley emoji along with that. Joanne says, my granddaughter does some beautiful, and I'm assuming artwork. Laura, maybe something similar to what Norwich was doing with displaying artists at local businesses once a
Where are you
month.
seeing all this?
In the chat group. We're online right now.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, holy
You think I
moly.
was going to waste your time, Ed? Bring in and start talking about
Oh,
something?
you big baby, stop yelling at me.
Ed, have you had any discussions with the high school art teacher?
No,
regarding
I
this?
have not. No.
See, these are all resources
What
that
about
you
the
can
guy at
use.
the school that puts on the play, that does the
Ray
plays?
Churchill.
Ray Churchill. He was trying to get this
Well,
going.
see, that's what I was getting at is performing arts and the arts.
Yeah.
He's looking at.
People might be looking at two different things.
I don't
Think
know
you're
what
right.
I'm
It's two different things.
that I want a group to decide what the interests
Well,
are. Not
right now,
me.
there already is a nonprofit organization in town called Eastern Connecticut Performing Arts Association, or ECPA for short.
Yep.
And they put on plays. Griswold High School. They haven't done it because of COVID, but they put one on every 2 years at they run the jazz festival down at Urechko's Tree Farm.
Oh, yeah.
Every year as well. So they're active in the community as far as events are concerned. Maybe Ray Churchill is somebody you can approach, and maybe he can give you some guidance.
It's a damn good. It's a very. Excuse me. I'm not used to.
It's a
being on
damn
the
good
radio.
idea.
It's a damn good idea. No, I'm. That's basically why I'm here.
Castle.
Where is the interest? And if you say there's people on there,
Well, there
you know,
are, but,
can I give you my email address? And
yeah, but I'm going to be straight up with you, and it's just because I've seen it for the last 6 years. Is that there are a lot of people, no offense, guys, that say great idea, but they don't get involved, and not because they don't want to, but because they already have so many other things going on in their life.
yeah,
They can't. I don't have time for an arts council. I don't have time for this. A lot of what I'm saying is a lot of people are going to go ahead and go 2 thumbs up.
there's always
10% of them will actually participate.
there's always in every organization I've ever belonged to a core group that does everything, and there are people who are hangers on who, oh yeah, I do that too, and you know, they have nothing to do with anything. There's
Yeah.
always a core group that moves things. Not
Yeah, you're right.
you never get to the point where there's a big group who does everything. It doesn't happen, and I'm not expecting that it would. But I would
Mhm.
like to find out if the interest is there first, and then go from there.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you know, what are the interests? The core group, is it performing arts?
Right.
Is it graphic arts? You know, it's just a place or an entity that is interested in the arts and wants to get together and discuss it. I mean, if I want to talk about, I do photography, there's literally no one around here that I know that has the same interest. And I'm part of a show up in Massachusetts 2 weeks from now. But I have to go to Massachusetts to do this, or I have to go to RISD over to URI. You know, I just, Griswold is a nice place. It has, and it's a community that I think could use an arts group.
I think any community could.
Yeah,
use an
any
arts group.
community could, but we just don't have one, and I want to know if there's enough interest there to start one.
Well,
So far, you know, everybody's pushing this thing. Where are you going to do this? Where those are
okay. Well, there are
questions go
people
way
here.
down.
Where there are people here that are saying, okay, they're interested. They're interested. They're interested. So I'm going to put it out to the people that are saying that right now. How many of you want to participate? We can all clap.
Yeah.
And we can all say thumbs up.
Yeah, watch
See,
the monkey dance.
Right. And the biggest problem, right, like Joanne says, I didn't see anything posted in Griswold Now. Because it's Griswold Now. I mean, it's Facebook. You're not going to see everything. If you're waiting for stuff to come up through your timeline, it ain't going to happen.
I'm sitting here now. I talked to you the other day.
Yes.
I went on Griswold Now. I talked to you the other day. I'm trying to get as best I can the word out about this. So at this point, I mean, I'm a one-man pony here.
But where else
Well-
did you go other than Griswold Now?
That's where I went.
That's the problem.
Everything
Well,
starts.
and now I'm here.
Everything
Gotta branch
starts
out, yeah.
with one person, okay? There's an idea that's generated by one person. That person has to go pull in a core group to work around them,
Exactly.
okay? And that's what you need to do.
Exactly. And that's what I'm looking to do, is to find that core group.
Okay.
And meet with that core group who is really willing to work on this and decide what it is. And those sort of questions. I mean, I'm only one person doing photography.
Mhm.
But I realize there's all kinds of art forms.
Absolutely.
And there's all kinds of crafts. And I'm just interested in putting a group together of people who are interested in the arts in Griswold. You know, what's the arts? That's a question that's been asked for thousands of years.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we talked about, and Chris, maybe you can piggyback this. Why not call it the visual arts? Because when you start talking about arts, and so you're talking about
Then-
singers, you're talking
then
about
you-
dancers,
Then
you
you
know.
alleviate all those people if you say visual.
And you're taking away the writers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just got to be arts as a general term,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I do photography, but I'm not going to say, you know, if you're a singer, you can't be part of this,
Right.
because
Right.
Or
Yeah.
It
creative
needs
arts.
to evolve into what the various components, the fractions are that are making it up,
Exactly.
okay?
Mhm.
So he wants to do photography, and that's a subcommittee. There's another one over here that wants to do painting,
I was,
all
yeah.
right? And there's a third one over here that wants to do cancels. Okay, the usual term that's been here all morning.
Canceled.
Okay. So you
You canceling me already
No.
before I get started?
no.
Mr. Potato Head, canceled.
Look at him over here.
Dr. Seuss.
Canceled.
Because basically the gas line, and I'm not blowing my own horn, the gas line is in Griswold and in Jewett City because I started it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Kevin Schoolcheck got behind it, the gas company got behind it, and we had it. We made it happen. Now, some people were unhappy about the streets being dug up for a period of time. Okay. But we have gas here in the town now, and that is leading towards economic development. And I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people are going to say, yeah, where's the economic development? Well, economic development doesn't happen overnight.
Sounds to me like you want to have you're starting a culture, and then you're going to have a bunch of subcultures underneath it, under this one big umbrella. I think when you said it to me, and again, Paul, let me ask you, when you say an arts committee, does that sound a little overwhelming because there's so many components to it?
I think what you want to do is start off small. Do your photography, do your ceramics, do your painting. That is one group of arts that probably that you're interested in.
Pam Padalano, thumbs up emoji.
Oh, yeah. See that? Watch out.
So those are the kind of arts that I think you need to start off. We have the woman that did all the masks. Her husband, a big ceramic guy.
Yeah.
Now that would be
Pottery.
Pottery, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
Steinhagen.
Steinhagen, yeah. I mean, that became a movement, okay, with all the masks that they made, Griswold, Connecticut Masks for Heroes. Almost 20,000 masks that they've created since the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Not only that, but we got Pam Padalano in the group right now participating. Keep Griswold quiet. Look how that started. Look where that went. Bye gun range. You see what I mean? You can fight City Hall. It can happen.
Of course you can. I've done it all my damn life.
Yeah.
We know you're a sniper.
I still have that,
Don't start on me.
No, I did. Oh crap! Where is it? Here it is. Here it is.
All right. So
I
people
don't
used to call me
believe
the
that
sniper. That's where
you
that
go out
all
and
came
tell
from.
everybody exactly what you plan to do.
Play it now.
Yeah, thank
Here's Ed Burke one day when they slapped his hand.
You slapped my hand?
No. When they slapped his hand at a selectman meeting a few years ago.
I was reprimanded severely at the selectmen's meeting last
hear it.
night.
I got nothing.
I was reprimanded at the selectman meeting last night.
That's going to go down.
You remember saying that? Yeah, you remember saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
did.
going to go down in history as a famous quote.
I love this. Is my favorite though here.
I'm a sniper. I don't believe that you go out and tell everybody exactly what you
Well, I
plan
was.
to
I
do.
mean,
I'm a sniper. He says.
well, I got held at the meeting and everything. And, my response was to come on the radio the next day because everybody wanted to eat my lunch in front of me. And I was on the radio and I thought I did a good job of answering her questions. So
Yeah, I thought you did too
Yeah.
that day.
so
So
that's what I meant by sniper.
Pam has an idea. Says there are several artists in Voluntown as well. Get them involved.
Okay. Somebody tell me who wants to meet and I'll set up a meeting.
I think you have to
EJB72 at iCloud.com.
EJB72
At
at
iCloud.
iCloud.com. I'm going to type that in there. EJB 22
72.
72. Is that your age or the year you were born?
That was my age when I set up the site.
1872.
At iCloud.com.
.com. Geez, you're almost as old as I am then.
Almost.
Holy God. But you'll never be as old as I am.
Well, I don't know. Depends on how long we keep running.
It's better than the alternative.
Hey,
Mike,
I've paid my bills
how
for
would you feel about
2040.
having an art show
Have
here?
you?
Yep.
I got my taxes done.
We've got wall space.
Yeah. And not only that, but you have to be very careful when it comes to COVID.
I
With
But the
I
good
mean,
thing about it is we're moving along where things
Mhm.
are starting to open now. So it's probably a good time to start this now because, people are getting the shots. People are coming out now. Some things are going to be more open. So people are more apt to attend a meeting now.
And people are getting not trapped, but locked into solitary endeavors like writing, like painting, like photography.
Yeah, I mean, these are all, I just want to start a group that's interested in the arts. That's the bottom line. And, all this-
But and I get that, and that's what you keep saying, but it's not just a group. It's
Not-
more no, it's going to take a lot of work, is what it's going to take. It's going on to, and I'm going to be straight up with you, just because, and I think Chris will understand this probably more so than anybody in the group, is that just dropping something grizzled now and using that as a focal point, you're not going to get anywhere.
Well, I started thinking about this a while ago, but I went on Griswold now, I think about 10 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm down here talking to you guys today.
I think you need some sort of a board or a committee. Chris, what do you think?
I think you need to lock in a time and a date and, advertise like you're doing right now, an event where you can say, okay, if you're interested, show up.
Send me an email.
EJB72@iCloud.com. I
Let's-
typed it in the group.
Yeah, let's schedule a date and time that
Soon as
if you're
people
interested, if you
contact-
want to be involved with this, either you do
Soon-
the arts or you
Soon
just
as
want to
enough people
support the arts.
contact me, I'll set the group up. Right
Yeah.
now, I'm very much at the phase that I just want to do this. It's just an idea. Is there anybody interested in doing it?
You're putting fillers out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a great idea. It's a,
Put some flyers up in some of the surrounding restaurants.
Well, I was thinking of, a lot of people hit the banks, but of course you're not walking into the banks now either. So you could post things there, but
Mhm.
maybe you could even get some of the
if the bank
downtown
will allow
stores,
it. Not
Yeah.
all banks will allow.
Make up some posters and see if some of the businesses here, you can post it in their
Right.
window
Yep.
as people
The
are walking
restaurant,
by.
Beans, Charlene.
You're going to have a lot. It'll take a bunch of time just to get it established, and it'll be a lot of work.
Well, all you guys are downstairs. I'd say it's the easy thing to do. Just put a group together and let's go.
Oh, I wish it was that easy, Ed. I really do.
All the naysayers.
No. I'm not. I'm speaking out of experience. I
Okay.
mean, I've seen a ton of things, as Jim has, as Paul has, as I know Chris has, especially as Chris gets more and more involved in the community. It's hard to get something started here or in any community, depending on what it is. I mean, it may sound like being a naysayer, but
I think all you need is the interest.
okay, I have interest in the Brooklyn Bridge
Why?
because it's cool.
Do you want to buy it?
Yeah, you
I'd
want
love to buy.
I'll sell it to you.
I'll sell you my interest in the Brooklyn Bridge.
No kidding.
So your interest isn't that great then if you're willing to sell
Yeah.
it.
$7.
Piece
See?
of bank interest.
How much is breakfast?
Huh?
How much is breakfast?
With my meal or without?
That's a good point.
Because the numbers go up rapidly when you start looking at my food involved.
$65.
Okay, so here's a question, and this comes from T from PGP from Platinum Gear
His
Productions.
opinions don't matter.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna read it.
Go ahead. Let's see what T has to say.
All right. What type of commitment would be expected for the arts or the artists group? Is it once a month, once a week? See, these are the kind of questions that you're going to have to answer.
My answer is calm down. Let's just put a group together who's interested and figure that out once you get there.
Which is kind of what we said. Get a committee together.
Yeah.
And then you guys can be a committee of 3, a committee of 2, committee
Okay,
of
so-
4.
Just
That's
so you
what I'm
know,
looking for is the core group.
just so
Right.
you know, T designs designer underoos, so he's considered an artist.
What?
All right.
Huh? Underoos?
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
They're like old time pajamas back in the 80s.
With the draft door in the
In the
back?
80s?
That doesn't
That's
sound
the
old
80s,
time
huh?
to me.
Way back in the
Old
80s.
time to me goes back to the 1940s.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
50s for me.
Garanimals.
There we
Remember
go.
Garanimals?
Yeah, T still wears them.
Does he really? Yeah. With this Muppet Show lunchbox.
There you go. He could
I
walk
hope
around
he's
the
not
gallery.
using figures that don't belong on there.
Well, I tell you what, Ed,
Yeah.
right now, put my name on the list.
Put your own name on the list. Send me an email.
I will.
Okay.
EJ.
You got to make it easy. Why don't you write it down on paper?
EJB
Make it personal.
72 @icloud.com.
That was a lot of enthusiasm.
Yeah, there we go.
Cut. Let's run it back again. Let's do it again.
Yeah,
How do you think Cars for Kids got started? They got a crazy jingle.
everybody has to
1877
have
Cars for
everybody.
Kids.
Everybody,
You're
everything
welcome.
starts with an idea. Where it goes from there is what the people put into it. That's the end of it.
It's like that with any. That's
Yeah,
like
I
with
know. That's
any
what I'm saying.
any
Anything,
organization.
anything. It's like you were starting with the gas line. You know, it starts with a core group and goes from there. So, and it seems just coming in here from what you're seeing on the net there. It's
You're always going to get people that are going to say, "Yeah, let's do this."
yeah, I know.
And then when it comes time to, okay, let's meet. No, I can't.
Yeah, I've already seen that because when I went through the whatever it is children's center down there, you know, we're gonna youth center, yeah. You know, we're gonna have our show right in front of the town hall.
Yep.
And everybody, oh yeah, 4 or 5 people. I'm gonna bring stuff down, not a damn soul board anything down.
Why don't you contact Carol Morrow, who's she's the chairman of the rec commission in town. She's an artist herself.
She the one who did the flowers?
I don't know.
Sunflowers?
No, that was Paige Satterfield from Norwich. But no, Carol from the rec commission. She's the
Where do you
she's the
find
chair
her?
at the rec in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down there.
Contact Ryan Albin.
Yeah, contact them, right?
Contact Ryan. He'll give you her contact information.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I mean, just from what you've been reading off there, it seems like there's some interest. So
There's going to be interest.
Yeah.
And it's a great idea.
so let's set up a meeting.
I know what you're saying, but you know, there's a big difference between interest and action.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing that I wonder about. You know, there's interest, but is there going to be any action from the people that are expressing the
I don't know.
interest?
I don't know. This could be, you know, just a silly ass thing to do, but at least I want to see if the interest is there. Right now, I'm at the point where I only want to see if the interest is there. And
Well, the interest is,
if there is a
well,
core
obviously
group.
the interest is there.
Okay, so is there a core group?
I don't know.
Okay,
So you have Chris, but see, that's my point. That my whole point is, and Paul, tell me, I mean, do point counterpoint here with me. I think that there's plenty of interest, but I don't know how much action or participation you're gonna get
well, let's
right
find
off the
out.
bat.
Let's find out.
Jim,
Find out.
what do you think?
I think what you'll find is you'll have 10 people show up for the first meeting, and you'll have 4 or 5 the second meeting, and you may be down to 1 or 2 the third meeting.
Well, it depends much you keep them interested.
Well, you know,
If nothing happens, they're gonna drop off like flies.
yeah. Well, remember when they had meetings here about the town, the businesses in town, business association? First meeting, place was packed. Say like what you're saying, by the third meeting, they didn't have enough people to do
That's
anything.
true. Yeah.
But you have to.
But Jewett City Business
a
Business
lot of
People
it
Association,
is
whatever.
a lot of it is getting a core group together and then working on specific things so that when you meet again, you have a specific thing. You know, did we accomplish it or did we not accomplish it?
I think what you want to do, Ed, is you need to put an agenda together for your first meeting.
Well, you know,
With,
they're working on
with-
specific
with some
things.
ranging, with the range of topics that you want to discuss, okay?
Yep.
Because if you go in there, like you've come in here this morning, just kind of throwing things out there, there's no cohesiveness to it.
Right.
And you're gonna lose everybody right away.
Okay, so my plan at this point, if there is any such thing, is I want to find that group of people who are interested. If the interest is there, then I will develop an agenda for the meeting and go from there. But right now, I'm simply looking for interested people.
Well, we are showing you interest.
I
These are-
know, that's what the hell I'm doing here.
I know, but you want people to show up, then that's okay.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do when you have 10? Let's say you have 10 people in a room. What are you going to do
Have a meeting.
about
Okay,
what?
this is what we're gonna do.
That's what I'm
why I say
asking
That's
you.
why I say you need an agenda.
That's what I'm asking you. What are you going to do? And you're like, I want to find interest. Okay, you have to go past that. as the group leader, you have to have a vision
When
of
I-
what you want it to be. So
What-
that way, hold on.
Okay, so
if
the
you have
people- so the
10
people-
people, hold on.
Stop talking while I'm talking.
I'm shutting you down. So anyway, I just shut them off. So the point is that when you get 10 people in the room, what are you going to tell them?
What are they going to tell me?
You're going to lose interest that way.
Okay, we'll try.
You have to have, you're the one that's calling to action. You're the one that
Am I the
want
one-
people to show up.
Am I the one that's going to say what art is?
We're not talking about what art is.
Walmart,
We're talking about people getting together. You're the one that has to come up with the idea and the questions so people will
Okay.
interact and they will engage with you.
My first question is, anybody who does art can come to this meeting.
Okay.
What's art?
It-
Who defines what that is? If somebody wants to come who makes,
You're missing my point, Ed. You're missing my
I'm
point.
trying to see your point. I'm trying to say that I want a group of people who are creative in their thinking.
Mhm. Great idea.
This group is not something I determine. you
Right.
know. What this is what the group determines.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not the one who says what art is. I'm just the one who's trying to organize a group who has input, who can move forward to find a place to show these arts or ways to show those arts. And things like setting up a website and all that other kind of business that goes along with it, and if it's plays at the high school, wonderful. If it's
Trapeze artist,
trapeze artist, I don't,
huh?
Interpretive
dance,
yes.
synchronized swimming.
yeah, whatever.
But it's true. I mean, those are really all different art
It's
forms.
art.
They're art forms. I'm not the one who's going to decide what's the art form. I'm the one who's going to try to get the organization put in place so that these things can be shown.
Mhm.
So, what am I going to define what this artist group should be? No, I want the group to decide what this should be. That's why I want the initial meeting to be very open to anybody who's interested in, even if you don't do art whatsoever, but you love paintings or you love photography. Oh, well and good, join.
Why don't you contact Ryan Robin, contact the town hall, contact the senior center, have them put something up on their website about your interest in joining forming
I
an
will
art
do that.
club. That way, at least more people are seeing it. You got your name out there.
Yeah,
I mean, you
absolutely
can't
do that.
rely on Facebook.
I started this a week ago.
You can't rely on Facebook.
All right. So here's a a good question, and this pretty much kind of summarizes it. Rich Wasilek says, "What would the people be doing is the question." So no, this is somebody. Hold up, because I can see you already chomping at the bit. What would people be doing is the question. What is the goal? So this is kind of what I've been asking you, and so the goal I'm thinking right now, Jim. Do you think maybe he's just saying, "Let's just get together"? But I think you need some sort of objective so people can focus on that. Otherwise, they're just gonna.
The objective is already there if you want to go look at it. Westerly Art Center has a gallery there. It's open from 1 to 5 in the afternoons and on the weekend.
Mhm.
Norwich is big on the arts.
So go
South
talk.
County Art Association has a gallery. It's closed right at the moment because they're renovating it. But SCAA on the internet will bring you to South County Art Association.
So go
Deerfield.
talk to these. Go
talk
talk
to
to these
them,
groups
yeah.
you're talking about, and take
Take what they started.
find out what they are doing. Okay, the different groups, because they may be doing different things, and then pick out a few of the highlights that you gather from all of that. That gives you the core of a discussion that you can lead, and then that will draw the other people in, and they will. Something you say will trigger something new in their mind, and they will put that out there.
So-
And that's how you get an interactive dialogue going between yourself and people that you would like to take and be
Yeah,
at this meeting.
And I agree with you. I probably need to put some kind of an agenda together.
So, for example, Stephanie, who participates quite a bit in the group, says maybe reach out. Basically, what just saying. This is really to your point, Jim. Reach out to the Norwich Art Council and research how they were formed.
Yeah.
Sounds like you would like a quote unquote Jewett City Art Council or Griswold Art Council that showcased art and artists of many forms.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
So Jim, I mean,
Cut and paste.
perfect.
Cut and paste it.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
perfect.
if
That's a
if
great
I did
idea.
it, I think I'd go over to.
T says
South
New London Arts Council is a good contact as well. So I think Jim has probably come out with the idea of the day. Contact the other councils, see what they are doing, and how did they get started.
Yeah,
You know,
if I-
and
if
you
I-
could follow suit.
If I did it, I would go to South County Art Association.
Well, it doesn't matter who.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that way, instead of looking at a board of schmucks like we are, you're gonna. Sorry.
I know how all. I shouldn't say I know how all they were all started. I know how most of them started. It was a group, like you said, there was a group of a few people
Mhm.
who got together and wanted to do this, and then it went from there. And that's basically at this point. I want to do this. A week ago, I put it out on Griswold Now. Today, I'm in here talking to you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep pushing for this.
All right, let me make another suggestion to you. Okay, and this is what I would do. In fact, I just did it a couple of days ago. And another thing, I got two core people together besides myself.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is a project that we might want to undertake. And so we beat around the pros and the cons. What are the obstacles in our way? How do we solve them? And I think that if you get 2 or 3 people together to start with, as opposed to trying to get a large group together, generate your ideas and your goals so that you can be specific about them. That doesn't mean that they can't expand, but at least have something there. You don't want to go in there and just be stumbling around it. You want to have a plan.
Okay, so this is where I am right at the moment. I'm the only one that I know of in Griswold who's talking about doing this. What I want to find is exactly those 2 or 3 or 4 people who are interested in pursuing this and going forward. That's why I wanted to set the meeting up to do exactly that. Find those 3 or 4 people. I realize that you get 15 people. Okay, but you're not going to have 15 people go through with this. You're going to have, like you said, 3 or 4 going to want to go forward. Excuse me.
So why don't you do? Here's a couple of things. I have one suggestion, and that's why not set up a group on Facebook, and then you can go into other town groups or whatever, like a Grizzled Now or wherever, and you could advertise the group and say join the group. And then next thing you know, people are, joining into the group. Then, and at that point, you have a base of people that you can go ahead and solicit, participation from.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to start a Facebook thing.
Well, we can help you with that.
Yeah.
We can all help you with that.
Okay.
Now,
What he says,
Jo-
no, that's not totally true. I couldn't help you one
Yeah,
iota with that.
Yeah, me either.
I got nothing.
all right.
Great.
Joanne says,
You'll do it?
would
I
this?
have no clue.
Oh,
We only have a few more minutes. I'm still going to do Stump the Chump with Paul. So we're gonna get to these last couple of questions. I'm going to ask you straight up. Joanne says, would this go towards bringing money into our area?
I don't know.
Okay.
The galleries that I've been in that are run by Arts Group does bring money into the community. People coming to do things. They do keep 30% of
Their own
whatever
work,
they
yeah.
sell so that they can expand.
But then you've got people coming into the
You
area.
have people coming into the gallery.
Right. I think the potential for money coming
Sure.
in is there.
Well, I mean, I go to these places and there's always, not a large crowd, but there's 6 or 7 people walking around.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is when COVID was going on.
Well, let's
so-
say you bring in 20 people to an area one day, and next thing you know, they're all eating breakfast somewhere.
Yeah.
Or
There's
whatever,
money in
or
the
lunch
community.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's that. Rich said, and this is like kind of what I was saying earlier, create a formal mission statement and plan formatted with a small committee.
Yes, so let's get the small committee. What I'm looking for right now
You've got to start a group. You
Me?
got to, yeah, you.
that's what I'm trying to do right now is the interest
I'm
there.
talking about on social media, and then advertise that group into different areas so people can join your group. So instead of walking blindly into Grizzle now saying, "Hey, who's got interest?" Everyone's going to say, "Yeah, I'm interested," but nobody's going to give a crap unless they're actually
When
participating.
you're going to set up this Facebook for me?
If I set up groups for everybody that asked me, I wouldn't have time to sit here in the morning.
So when you're going to set up this group for
I will
me?
help you. Ed.
Okay.
I will help you. I promise I will help you.
I don't know how to set them up.
I do.
I don't set anything up.
Yeah, show of hands. Who in the room knows how to do it?
If you're going to be a figurehead too, you got to put a picture of yourself or something.
I
up on your
don't want
Facebook.
any. I don't want to be a figurehead. I want to be part of. I want to take my photographs.
No, you are the figurehead. You're the one that's starting it.
Yeah, ask him whatever questions you're going to ask.
All right, Paul, you
Not
ready?
persecuting.
Let's do Stump the Chump, and we're out.
Is this fact or fiction today?
This happens to be fact or fiction.
So we just say fact or fiction?
And you only get one choice.
Yeah.
Fact fiction.
All right. So you have 10 questions or so, and the answers are either fact or fiction.
Fact or fiction.
Fact or fiction, and Chris is the reigning champ.
Yep.
And go.
A musical has no words.
False.
False.
Fact or fiction.
Fiction.
Fact.
Fiction.
Fiction. Musical has no words. That's fiction. Fireworks have different colors because they use different dyes.
Fact.
Fact.
True.
Fact.
Fact or fiction.
Fact. Fact or fiction.
I said fact.
Fiction.
Ooh, no
Each-
dyes,
each,
right?
Each
Oh, that's
color
right,
in a
yeah.
firework is produced by different minerals.
Yeah.
T-shirts are called that because they were originally dyed with tea leaves. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Fact.
Fiction. T-shirts are called that because of their shape.
Yeah.
The name Lego has no meaning. Fact or fiction?
False.
Fiction.
Fiction.
Fiction is correct.
So you
Right,
said
that's
false.
false, yeah.
So
Comes from a Danish expression, something.
Lego. Man.
Question number 5.
Lego my Lego.
The world's largest modern railroad is in Germany. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Fiction.
Fact.
Ooh. Chris,
Located in,
Boom.
located in Hamburg.
Chris canceled.
Mardi Gras means Fat Tuesday.
Fiction.
Fiction.
Fact. Comes from French
Mardi
Fat
Gras?
Tuesday.
Huh,
Celebrated on Tuesday with parades and festivals.
Okay.
Okay.
Question number 7. The hula dance was originally formed of a religious observation.
Fact.
Fact. It is a
I
fact.
said fact.
That is a
first.
fact.
2-2.
Some spiders have 6 legs rather than 8.
Fact.
Fact.
False.
Fact. All spiders
said
have
fact
8
first.
legs.
Chris
That's
is
what I
ahead.
said.
3-2.
That's fact. The Great Wall of China is visible from space.
False. Fiction.
True.
Fiction.
Fact.
Fact. Fiction. It's not visible from space.
That's
Chris is
40.
all over it. That's it.
42, Mike.
That's it. That's it.
Most people use only
Fiction.
10%. Most people only use 10%
Fact.
of their brains.
Fiction.
Fact. Fiction. You use your brain, but
4-3.
not all at once.
Jesus.
And
Is
that's
that
the
it?
end.
10 questions.
Chris is the
Hey,
champ.
Hey, you know, you managed to do one thing here, Paul. You managed to show how stupid the most of us are.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we did a little different this time. We did fact or fiction.
Before you leave, I got something to show you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, that's going to be dangerous.
Fact or fiction?
Fact or fiction?
I'm gonna go set it up.
Okay.
Oh.
Uh-oh. It's not going to
All
blow
right.
up, is it?
I hope not, because we're inside. I mean, this is
Yeah.
the Jewett City Savings Bank Studios. We don't want to blow it
It's a
up.
Gilbert chemistry
You
set.
get your shots and everything already?
He doesn't get it.
You
Wow.
don't get shots?
Wow.
That's the fucking dumbest.
Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, that's it. We're out of here. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you for no, your microphones are off. You're in timeout. All right, that's it. That's it. Thanks a lot for joining us today, folks. We will see you once again Monday right here on SNSN. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you later.